Hey guys, so today I'm doing a makeup geek haul. I finally got my package and I wasn't sure I was even going to be able to do this video today. How ironic that would have been. I got my package yesterday, but yesterday afternoon, right out of the blue, I just started feeling really sick. I couldn't breathe through my nose. And I think what it ended up being was, I think it was an allergic reaction. I have really bad allergies, and the pollen count was extremely high yesterday, and I think just the amount of time that I spent outdoors yesterday, just going from like the car to a building, I think that it was just enough to give me a really bad like allergic reaction. I'm allergic to trees and flowers and some other things too. I have a lot of allergies. So anyways, between yesterday afternoon and last night, I think I used a whole box of Kleenex. Just kept blowing my nose over and over again a million times. And as I was going to bed last night, I was like, oh great, if I'm sick like this, I'm not going to be able to film tomorrow, because I mean, it was bad. I couldn't hardly breathe at all. It was terrible. But anyways, today I feel much better. What I ended up doing was I drank like 3 big glasses of water, and I swear water is the cure-all for everything, because whenever I don't feel good, I drink a lot of water and it sort of flushes out my system. And I guess between that and blowing my nose a million times, that got it all out of me. But yeah, I feel much better today. Of course, I haven't been outside yet today. But yeah, so let's get into the haul. Who cares, right? So it's a makeup geek haul. I have 5 regular eyeshadows to show you and a pigment. I never tried her pigments before. I'm not really a pigment person per se, but I thought it might be fun to try one, so I picked up one of those too. Makeup Geek eyeshadows are great. They are such good quality and come in such a great variety of colors, and she also has foiled eyeshadows, which are even more pigmented and have like a metallic finish. And I don't know, I think that for what it costs you, it's pretty amazing. Of course, you can't buy them in stores. You can only get them from her website, but there is a lot of buzz on YouTube about these eyeshadows, and I think a lot of times when you see like big name people on YouTube talking about something and then you find out that they're friends with the owner, which is Marlena Makeup Geek on YouTube, you say to yourself, oh, are they just doing this because they're friends, and you know, they're trying to support each other? But no, it's more than that. It really is a great product, and I wouldn't say that unless I meant it, because Marlena has no idea who I am. So trust me, these are just very good quality eyeshadows, and the regular shadows are only $5.99 a piece, so that's, you know, really good price. And then the pigment was $7.99, so $8 for a pigment. Alright, so let me show you what I got. Let me start with the pigment, since I mentioned that. The one that I got is called Liquid Gold, and it's a true metallic gold pigment. These kind of colors scare me, I'll be honest. Anything that is this shade of gold doesn't always look that great on me, and that's why I thought it might be nice to have it in a pigment form, because then I could just take the tiniest little amount and place it wherever I wanted to place it. What I like to do with this type of shade of gold, and I'm going to show it to you from the bottom of the container because that would be the easiest way to show you without spilling it everywhere. But what I like to do with these types of gold shades is just place like a little tiny bit in the center of my eyelid, or maybe as an inner corner highlight or something like that, because I just can't do this warm gold all over my eyelid or all over in a large quantity, because it's just not that flattering with my skin tone. So that's what I usually like to do. So I haven't used this yet because I just got this order yesterday. So you can only use so many shadows in a day. But that's what I plan on doing with this. So I'll let you know what I end up thinking about it. However, I am going to swatch a little bit of this for you. So that's what it looks like swatched. So that's liquid gold pigment. Very carefully. Oh, I did want to show you that the way that she has this is there's a hole in the center, so it isn't like the whole top of it isn't open or anything, which is really nice. I like the design of that packaging. For anybody in the UK, it reminds me of the way Makeup Academy packages their pigments, so it's a lot less messy than having a completely open container. Okay, so now let's move on to the regular eyeshadows. I'm going to start with the one that, well, one of the ones that I have on. The main reason why I placed this order was I'm going to be doing a video about my all-time favorite eyeshadows, but I don't want to include anything that's limited edition because then you wouldn't be able to buy it. So in the Makeup Geek website for her store, somewhere in there, she has a comparison between her shadows and some MAC shadows, and she put down what she considers to be some possible dupes for some MAC shadows, and one of them is a dupe or similar shadow to MAC's Smoke and Diamonds. MAC's Smoke and Diamonds was a limited edition shadow that was part of the Star Flash collection. One of my all-time favorite eyeshadows of all time, if not my absolute favorite. And so I wanted to get the Makeup Geek dupe so that I could possibly include it as part of that series and give you an alternative to something that is, you know, maybe my favorite eyeshadow of all time. So I ordered Moondust, and I have it on today in the crease, and I think it's a great shadow. It has a really nice texture. It's a warm taupe, and that is what it looks like. And as far as her description of it, let's give you the exact description. Metallic silver taupe is the way she describes it. So I would just say, you know, it's a warm taupe with silver in it. So that's what it looks like. I have it on in the crease. That's what it looks like on my finger. And that's what it looks like swatched. Now, how close does it compare to Smoke and Diamonds? I don't feel like it's a dupe for Smoke and Diamonds, but I feel like this is probably the closest thing you're gonna get. And I pulled out Smoke and Diamonds so that you could see what it looks like. So that's Smoke and Diamonds. And I'm gonna do a swatch on my hand right next to the Moondust so that you can see the difference. That's what it looks like on my finger. Okay, so as you can see, Smoke and Diamonds is more silver. The Makeup Geek one is more brown and just deeper of a color in general. But you can pretty much pull off the same kind of look with it. There's also a shadow in a palette by theBalm. It was one of those little tiny travel palettes that had the, it had, I think, 5 eyeshadows and a blush. No, 3 eyeshadows and a blush. In one of those palettes, there's a color very similar to this also. And unfortunately, I think that was limited edition, so I don't think you can get that anymore unless you can find a kohl store that still has one laying around. But there's one of those palettes is very similar too. But this is close enough that you can get the same effect, because if you look at this look that I did today, I did a video once called How to Use Burgundy Eyeshadow, and this is the look that I did, but I used MAC Smoke and Diamonds in that look. And today I just used the Makeup Geek Moondust, and it does give kind of the same effect, but this is just a little more brown. But I would still recommend this. It's a beautiful shadow. So that's Moondust. And then let me show you the other things that I got. I have all Makeup Geek shadows on today, by the way. I have Shimma as my brow bone highlight shade. I have Burlesque as my transition shade, which is in place of MAC Deep Dampen is what I used in that video. And then I have Mesmerized on my lids, which I think that's what I used in that tutorial. Okay, but as far as the other new shadows that I got, let's see. I want to give you her descriptions. This is Frap. It's a medium brown maple eyeshadow, and it's a matte finish. Let's get rid of those other swatches so I can swatch it for you. So that's Frap, which that's how I would pronounce it. Oh, it looks like it might have an accent over the E, so that would be frappe then. Okay, so this is a, oh, I already told you, it's a medium brown maple eyeshadow with a matte finish. So that's what it looks like. And really it's just a reddish brown. Ooh, wow, that's really pigmented. So I haven't used that one yet. And that is somewhat similar to Anastasia's eyeshadow in Burnt Orange, which looks like that. Might as well show you side by side. Sort of similar there. No, I guess not. I guess the Frappe is darker. Okay, what else did I get? I got Barcelona Beach, which is a medium sand shade with a matte finish. And that's what that looks like. Wow, these are swatching really, really nice. That's when the color is really showing up. And let's see, do I have anything similar to that? Actually, it's somewhat similar to Anastasia's Warm Taupe. This is the Makeup Geek. This is Anastasia Warm Taupe. The reason why I'm doing Anastasia comparisons and not MAC is because my Z palette shares Makeup Geek and Anastasia eyeshadows together. That's where I put them all, so I'm seeing, you know, what it's similar to there. So yeah, that's Barcelona Beach. And let's see, what else did I get? I got Homecoming, which is a medium brown with gold shimmer. So that's Homecoming. Oh wow, yeah, the gold really shows up once you swatch it. Oh, that's pretty. You can tell I was in a very neutral mood when I placed this order, because I got the Moondust and I was like, well, let's see what else she has for neutrals, because I already had a few neutrals from her before. And then let's see what's left. Prom Night. Prom Night is the one shadow that I ordered that is not a neutral. Prom Night is a pale purple with hints of gray and a shimmery finish. I'm such a sucker for purples, and I have trouble with purples, but I do love them. So let's see what Prom Night looks like. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's my kind of purple. I love these kind of purples. Really pretty. So, based on the swatches, I'm pretty happy with what I got, but yet I don't think I've ever not liked a Makeup Geek eyeshadow before. So far, she's just batting it out of the ballpark for me. So, that is my Makeup Geek order, and I do have some more new things to show you, but I'm gonna wait because I wanna include it possibly with something else. So next week I'll show you that and talk about that more, and it has to do with what's on my lips and something else that I got. Oh, if you ever want to see any products that I'm wearing, if you ever want to know exactly what they are, I always put that information in the description box. So I guess that's it, you guys. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. I probably won't be filming again until Tuesday because, of course, Monday is a holiday. So that's when I most likely will be doing that eyeshadow video that I've been talking about forever. And I'll also be doing a haul video too. Like I said, there was a couple things that I picked up yesterday that I want to show you. This is one, and another lipstick. But yeah, I might pick something else up over the weekend to include with that. So most likely Tuesday will be the eyeshadow. And my camera just shut off, so I guess I've been talking for too long. Yeah, so Tuesday will most likely be the eyeshadow video, and then probably I'll do a haul Wednesday, or vice versa. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. And have a great Memorial Day weekend, you guys. Be safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.